again, pcc.edu/access. And we're going to be talking about video captioning. So I'm going to go to the video and audio section. And two parts to this training. One is finding content that is captioned already. And PCC employees are not required to caption. So if you're looking for videos for your class, we ask that you search for caption media first, but you are not required to only use caption media. If you are looking for a video and you can't find one that's captioned that has the exact content that you want, you can use uncaptioned material. Just keep track of it, though, because if you have a student that requires captioning in your class, we will ask you for a list of all the uncaptioned, unsubtitled videos in your class so we can get those captioned. So be prepared to hand over that list when you have a student who needs captioning. So just keep track of any uncaptioned media you use. But here's how to search for captioned media. In YouTube, it's very simple. You can just enter into the YouTube search your subject and then comma CC. So you feel free to go to YouTube yourself, but here I'll just go to youtube.com and say we'll search for Michael, what do you teach? So I know Lori's in education, ABE math, and math ed. Okay, so let's look for captioned math videos. We would just put math, comma, CC, and search. And now you want to skip over the featured ad channel thing. But all these other videos, you notice they have a CC. These are all captioned, and they're captioned by a real human. Welcome back, Marlene. We just got started. We're talking about how to search for captioned video on YouTube. And you just enter in your subject, comma, CC. And it will pull up human captioned videos. And I specify human captioned because all videos, let's go ahead and click on this. So this, we know, is English captioned, but if I click on this, almost all YouTube videos have this CC button. So you want to be careful. You don't want to assume that something is captioned that's not. You'll definitely get human captioned when you search the way I just showed you. But if you were just to happen onto a YouTube video and you saw that it had this CC, you don't know for sure that it was captioned by human, so that's important. So we click on this CC button, and you can see that there's English. There's also English automatic captions, and then you can also translate captions to other languages. But this automatic captions is what YouTube does to almost all of its videos. But they're really quite funny and wrong usually, because it's voice recognition, and we all know that, you know, even from like using our cell phone voice recognition, it doesn't get everything right. So you want to make sure something was captioned by a human, and you can either do that by searching this way or looking at the video and making sure it just says English. It doesn't say English automatic captions. So, and then another cool thing about captions is that, let me close this, is that you get with a captioned, I don't know why we can't see this video right now, but you can, it has additional feature of this interactive transcript. And so if you click on that, you get the whole transcript here, and it's interactive. So I can say I'm studying for a test and I want to hear again about this point right here. I can click here and the video will actually jump to that spot in the, just jump right to where I clicked in the transcript. So it's a great way for all students, very handy for all students. And it's also why I recommend that though it's tempting to embed your video in your class, when you embed a YouTube, you don't get this interactive transcript. So I often recommend linking to your video, and you get the link from just under the share. You click share, and you have this link here. Or if you want to embed, you can use the embed code here. But again, I recommend using the link so students will be able to take advantage of the interactive transcript feature that comes on the YouTube site. So that's how to search for captioned videos on YouTube. We'll come back to YouTube when we talk about how to caption a video yourself. Going back to the PCC site, another way to search for captioned videos is using the Google Video Advanced Video Search. And you can just click here. Oh, and that's no longer the link. Okay, so I'm going to just search for Advanced Video Search. Google. Okay, Google Advanced Video Search, and I can just put in math, and I can go scroll down, and on the subtitles, I want to click Closed Caption Only, and then I click Advanced Search, and it gives me all of these videos that it comes up with should be captioned. So some of them are YouTube, but others are, here's the one from The Daily Show. So if I go to this, it should have captions. Just make sure it does. It does have a CC button, so that's promising. And it's going to have an ad, so I don't know if it says closed captions are unavailable for this video. I don't know if that means this ad or if it's the, let's see if we can wait out this ad. And there it is. There. So there it is. That's captioned. So that's a nice, again, another way to search beyond just YouTube for captioned video. And okay, yeah, Michael, the auto captions on YouTube are bad. So let's see. So those are two ways to find captioned video out in the world. Again, though, if you have a video that is not captioned, you still can use it. Another great source of captioned video is our library's Films on Demand streaming collection. Now, I know the library is about to change all of its links, but because they're moving to a new system. But here, this is still working right now. So I don't know, have any of you used the Films on Demand collection? I just think it's so wonderful. Yeah, Lori, I know, it's great, isn't it? Michael, have you ever used it? Or Marlene, have you? I highly recommend it. Again, it's something that you want to link to. You don't want to embed it. Yeah, PCC does have access to Intellicom videos. Those are like little snippet videos. So I'll show you that too. But on the Films on Demand, so let's search for math videos here. And they just have thousands of films. So 87 titles for math. And almost all of them are captioned. And if they're not, they usually are captioned within a month. But if you have a video that you're using and it's not captioned from Films on Demand, please let me know and I will. Oh, good, Marlene. On using these videos, let's see. If you click on one, you can. They almost all have this transcript, and again, it's interactive, so I can click on a section and it will jump the video there, which it doesn't seem to somehow be working online right now, but oh, there it did. Okay, so I can just jump around, and so it's captioned and it has this interactive transcript, which is so useful to all students. And you can search a video, so you can search the captions. So if it's, there's like, say I want to find a prime number, I can just search it, and there it shows me all these places where I don't know why I guess it's looking for prime and number, so I'd have to put it in quotes. But you can search a video for with captions, and my examples aren't working very well, but they're very useful. And so if you want to put this into your class, you or link to it, you use this title URL here, and you would copy this and put it into your class. You don't want to embed, or you can't embed these Films on Demand. So, but your students can access them from off campus by just logging in through the library, and they're really great. And you can use either the full segment, or you can use the full video, or you can have segments too. So if you just want to point to a particular point, just one short segment, you can use that instead of the whole video. So I really like them. So Marlene, did you Google that phrase, or did you use the Google advanced search for captioning? Just curious. I'm going to take us back. Oh. Well, that's good. I don't know if those are, you'll have to let me know how successful that was, because the advanced search gives you that as a parameter, but maybe just by entering it into the search engine, you also include that parameter. I don't know. Okay, so let's go back to the video and audio accessibility page on the Access site. You get to the advanced search by coming to this page that I'm on now, pcc.edu Access, and then click on video and audio. And then there's a search for caption media first, or you can just Google just search for in Google for the advanced video search, Google's advanced video search, because actually my link is broken. I need to fix it. So just search for advanced Google video search. Okay, so but back to now, if you create your own videos, you are required to caption them or at least transcribe them. And here are the tools that we recommend. Now, Camtasia, have any of you used either of these? Have you used Camtasia or YouTube to caption a video? Oh, great. You guys are my advanced class. Okay. Well, Camtasia used to be my favorite choice, but now YouTube really has developed some fantastic tools to caption. So my workflow these days is to use Camtasia to record video, and if you don't have Camtasia and you're a distance learning instructor, you can get that software. Just follow this link. And then here are some handouts on video captioning step by step. But what my workflow these days is to use Camtasia to record my video, but then to upload it to YouTube and caption it there. So, and you can upload to YouTube directly from Camtasia, so that's really nice. YouTube, we do have a PCC YouTube channel, and you are welcome to post things on it, but you need to go through me or an instructional technology specialist, of which there are one on every campus, Melanie Budeman at Sylvania, Jim Johnstone at Rock Creek, Clayton Hansen at Cascade, and Andre Temkin at Southeast. So any one of us can help you to upload to the PCC YouTube channel, but it's not going to allow you as much flexibility as if you have your own YouTube channel. So I really recommend everybody set up their own YouTube channel, because then you'll be able to upload yourself, and you can use the captioning tools, where if it's on the PCC channel, you won't have any access to the tools. So if you don't already have your own YouTube account, here's a handout on how to set one up. Unfortunately, we can't use our PCC ID or emails to set one up. You have to have a separate Google or Gmail account. And so if you go to YouTube and you don't have an account, you will be provided with the opportunity to set one up. So let's see, if I come back here to YouTube and I want to sign in, I can add an account. So see how it's giving me, oh yeah, Marlene, you did, right. So it's giving me the choice between my personal account and my PCC account, and I want my personal account. Now students will see that personal account. I haven't had any problems using my personal account though, but just make sure you realize that students will see that. And then you go ahead and sign in. Okay, and then I can tell I'm signed in because my name is up here and my photo is here, and I can just go to, and there are handouts here, so you want to log into your YouTube account, and then you want to upload your video, and here's a handout on how to do that, although it's super simple. Oh, good, great, I'm glad to hear it, Marlene, that's great. So on my YouTube account, I just go to upload, And I can either click here and find my file, or I can drag and drop it here. So I would go ahead, I already have videos uploaded, I'm going to show you, but I would just browse to find my video and I would upload it. Okay, so pretend it's uploaded. I can also do a webcam recording right here if I have a webcam on my computer and a mic. You can even edit your video on YouTube. But so now when it's uploaded, then I'll be directed to either go to that video link, or I can, if I'm coming back to do the captioning later, I would want to go to my video manager, which is right here under, it's the drop-down menu next to upload. So video manager, and then here's a list of all my videos. And if they are already captioned, they have this CC next to them. And if they're not, they don't. So let me choose one that is a not a screen reader reading something. Okay, let me go to this video. So I would either choose edit, or I could go to any one of these individual places. But if I just go to edit, then it takes me to a page for just that video. And from here, I can also, so I have the information settings here. So privacy settings, I recommend, so you have 3 choices. I recommend unlisted if you don't want it to be shared with the world. And unlisted means that only people with the links will be able to get to that video. If you make it public, it will come up if someone searches your topic area. If you make it private, your students will have to log into YouTube to get to see your video. So that's a pain. So unlisted is what we recommend. You can fill in what other descriptive information you want. And then from here, I can click on this captions button. Oh, you know what? I didn't save my unlisted settings, so I want to save that. And then now I want to go to captions because I want to caption this. And there are 2 really easy things I can do. I can either see, we talked about these automatic captions and how bad they can be, but what I can do is I can use them to, I can edit them. So I can just start to play, and I can click in here, and I can just start to... Okay, that is a screen reader. Let me find one that's not a screen reader. Captioning a screen reader is pretty challenging. Okay, here's one. So again, I would just find my video, I'd check edit, or I could jump directly to the captions. And again, okay, so automatic captions, I can just edit this. So I can play it and listen to it, and then I can type.
There's a built-in accessibility checker. You can find it under the File tab. Highlight info.
And I just can pause it if I need to. Find it under the File tab. So you can just edit those, and this seemed to be the voice recognition is actually not too bad. Although I know I didn't say highly inferno. Shoes, check for issues, select. So let's see.
Highlight info, choose check for issues.
And you do want to think about phrasing what you see on the screen. That's why I'm moving select down to this line. So just by reading choose check for issues, that's a phrase. So if you can keep your captioning, I mean this is kind of an advanced concept, but if you can keep your captions, keep phrases intact on the each segment, that will help in comprehension. If you break things up, like if I kept select up here, choose, check for issues, select, and then it went to the next frame and said checking accessibility, it's not as understandable as if I put the verb with the subject. So just a tip there. And so you can go through and edit that, or what you can do is, and I can save that. And now it did change that. Now I have this English track because that's the edited version of the automatic captions. So I do have this other track I can choose to use, or I can add a new track and I can either upload my transcript or my caption file, or I can transcribe and sync it right here. So, and it's got this great pausing, it pauses the video while I type. So I can play the video, type my transcript, I can even rewind it 5 seconds. I know, Sage, isn't it amazing? So I can just play it and I can just start typing my, whoops. Now the captions are playing because I already... Now because those automatic captions were pretty accurate, we're seeing the captions play. But if you had an uncaptioned video, obviously you wouldn't see them. But you would just type out your transcript here, and then you can click sync, and YouTube will sync that transcript to your video. And it's just so easy. It's great. And it still might take you a little time to type out, depending on how long the video is. We do recommend keeping your videos to about 15 minutes. We see that often students will drop off watching videos after about 15 minutes. So we recommend actually you break your videos into segments, if at all possible, of about 15 minutes. But if, say you have an hour lecture, if you use a script, you can always upload that to so let's see, how would I go backwards here? So I could, when I add a new track, I could upload a file, and that could just be a TXT file. It would have to be a TXT file with my transcript, and then it would synchronize that. So if I had a script, I could do that, and I could just upload it. So yeah, we'll talk about that, Lori. So then just, or if you have a captions file, you can upload that too. So just super user-friendly tool, and I really recommend it, and I find it just, they keep adding new things to it. Yeah, I think when you're doing a transcript, that's all it will accept, Sage, as far as I know. If you're uploading caption files, I think that those are specific captioned file types. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the file types, but so back to Lori's question about recording. Well, again, I use Camtasia if I'm recording my screen. Okay, thanks, Mark, for coming, Marlene. And I, well, let's actually go to media for your class. So I'm going back to the accessibility webpage. Here's some information on audio transcript. The same issue with as in with video, that if you find an audio recording from an outside source, you're not required to transcribe it. But if you create the recording, you are required to transcribe it within one term. And same with video captioning. You have one term to caption it. This is the tool I recommend for audio transcription. It's a really great tool. It used to be free. Now it does cost $20 a year. But if you do many audio recordings, it's so worth it. It's a tool that will slow your recording down so you can keep up with typing it. Or you could just use YouTube, but you'd have to put some kind of video. You'd have to make it into a video in order to use the Google tools or the YouTube tools. Okay, so now and then here's a mention about Collaborate. If you're going to use this online meeting tool that we're using today, and you have a deaf student in your class, you would contact Sharon Brown in Disability Services, and she would hook you up with a real-time captioner that would caption the meeting while it was going on, the class session. So if you're using Collaborate today, like if we had a deaf instructor in here in the session, we would have a transcriber. But if you go to Media for your course at the bottom of this page, it takes you to this page that we give you a lot of recommendations. So basically, don't forget about copyright and accessibility, but also if you have media, say you have a DVD you want to use in your class, you can fill out this media conversion request form. It will be vetted for copyright and then processed if it meets copyright. So if it probably the Teach Act, then it would be allowed to be uploaded. If you need media, you can choose from existing sources, and here are some that we've already gone over. The library, although the library has more things, like Intellicom. And then learning objects and media sources. And here's Intellicom Sage. Here's some things that we've vetted already. Some media sources that we recommend. And then if you don't have you want to create media, there are two different sources at the college. You can use PCC's video production team. They make really high-end videos. You've probably seen them at in-service, and I have a couple on the accessibility site. They're really a great team. You can also have media services record a lecture for you. It's called a lecture capture. You still are required to transcribe your media lecture, so best to use a script or keep in mind that you're going to have to transcribe it. And so you can order both of those by I don't know, Lori. That could be. I'm not familiar with Tegrity. It's a media site, so maybe Sage knows. Sage, do you know if media site and Tegrity are the same? Oh, thanks. Okay, yeah. So, Lori, you've had experience with Tegrity? Oh, great. Okay. Well, the lecture captures are great, very professional, nice to use over the long period. You know, you're going to still have to transcribe it, but it's still a really nice recording, and you can make sure it's very, you know, professional. But you can also create your own media, and you can, as we discussed, use Camtasia or consult with your instructional technology specialist at your campus on different options. You know, consider if movement's not critical, then consider still images and with audio. Or, you know, even simple recordings. I mean, we've done flip cam recordings, but take advantage of the professional surfaces too, so you really have a, you know, high quality recording, or consult with your IT specialist, ITS. All right, well, let's see. That's pretty much what I have to share with you. Do you have questions for me? Or Sage is a media guru, and maybe he has some suggestions of things that we haven't discussed here today. Sage, am I putting you on the spot? Would you mind sharing? Go ahead and take the mic, Sage. I'd love to hear what is Shemeketa doing. Oops, sorry. Put you on the spot.
No, that's fine. I had my audio coming out of my speakers for a while. I didn't want to wear my headphones for too long, so I just put it back on. You know, Karen, I still really I like Camtasia Studio for creating captions. You know, similar to what you showed for YouTube, you can use the speech-to-text recognition as a starting point. I like the flexibility of Camtasia Studio in terms of how it shows the captions and how they align on over the video in the video editing track. And it gives you that visual of kind of a spatial understanding of time, so that you can see the little clips of the captions as they're laid on top of the video. But it also has that editing interface off to the side, so it's very easy to change the timing of the captions. Is what I found, is really that timing. The YouTube, when you're editing the captions, I still find it a little bit difficult to adjust the timing of the captions to get them exactly how I want. Although I know you can do that, it's just you have to type in the timing of it rather than dragging it over, rather than dragging it at a certain size over the track of the video. And it's a little hard for me to describe without showing it, but I do like Camtasia Studio for that reason. But if you're going to be just typing it out from scratch, you know, not using the automatic captions as a starting point, I really do like YouTube. I like the auto pause feature with the typing. It seems to be very quick, and I think for example, I think I can caption a 2-minute video in about 3 minutes if I'm quick and good at typing.
The Camtasia, the voice recognition is only available on Windows, right? They haven't added that to Mac, right? Because I think it uses the Windows speech recognition tool.
Yeah, that's right. It does. It's the Microsoft's speech recognition that's built into the operating system. And you know, I don't have the latest version of Camtasia for the Mac, but I know that I think they have captioning tools available for the Mac version that are on their latest version, but they didn't previously. You had to get the Windows version of Camtasia to get any of the captioning features previously.
So I can just show Lori and Michael the Camtasia interface. I don't have an example to show exactly what you're talking about, but let me see, maybe I can import something.
And I know also, Karen, they have a, of course, they have a tutorial on their caption tool that's only about 3 minutes long. It's a really good tutorial, shows you how their captioning works.
Yeah, that I think we do have links to those on our instructional support page. So that's a good point. And we have some handouts. That handout I showed folks on the accessibility audio and video page does walk you through step by step how to use it. So let's see, let me drag this to the timeline. And so let's see if this, then you have a caption track, right?
There you go.
So for those of you using Windows machines, you just would use this speech to text, and it would use the voice recognition to and so this is telling me to train my computer to use the voice recognition program, and if you do that, you'll get much better results than what I'm going to get right now.
What it does a really good job with, though, is the timing, not necessarily the accuracy of the spoken word, but it does a pretty good job with the timing.
Yeah, I see what I know what you're saying about the adjusting the timing. So then here's the caption track. You can see it. Let's see if I can make this go smaller so you can see it. Now that I've gotten out of the habit of really using it, I don't know how to make this visual display go away. Well, it's here. It's sort of hidden a little bit, but these are, so that's one phrase. And how can I change the phrase? By just dragging it?
Yeah, the timing of it anyway.
Yeah, okay, so I can see that. So if I click on this so you can see it on the screen, I could, right now it just goes until it's about 10 seconds long. See, it says here it starts at about 5 seconds in and ends at about 15 seconds. So if I wanted to make that last longer, I can see the number changing here, or shorten it. Oh, that's really easy, yeah. So that would be, if you want, you can also edit these. And maybe maybe I wanted to move. What would be a good example of changing it? Is if I move something down to, I can just copy and paste.
Yeah, or adding there's an add caption media, the green plus symbol up there, so you can, add a whole nother caption, and it's really flexible in that sense. I like having the visual of the track down below, seeing the caption laid on the video over to the right, and having this text editing interface on the left side, and then also that ADA compliant button at the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty slick, because as long as that's pressed, it tells you that it's going to warn you, or it's going to keep your captions in compliance. Like, for example, I think there's a certain number of characters per caption that's limited to.
Yeah. It's like maximum of 3 lines and certain width of text. Yeah, although 2 lines is what I recommend. But and then if you want to, when you want to produce and share this, you can choose to share it directly to YouTube. And when you do that, you can say include, you'll have you log into your YouTube account, and then it's just not responding, kind of my day today. But then it will say, do you want to upload the captions too? And so you just need to make sure to check that.
And you know, Karen, I guess the downside to Camtasia is there is a higher learning curve there because there's more options. It's a full software interface compared to YouTube.
It does make it easy, though, to edit your video if you wanted to. I mean, it's very simple editing interface, too, just like you're saying with making the captions longer or shorter. I find it very simple to cut out a segment, you know, that where I didn't say anything, or if I want to make the video shorter, it's really easy. So, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a learning curve, but I think folks with us today are advanced, and if they haven't already played with Camtasia, they should get a license and check it out. Even if they could try out the captioning or just use it for recording. Any other tips on what do you use for if somebody is not recording a screen? What would you recommend for? Do you have any recommendations for creating video?
Well, let's see. You know, we use iMovie on the Mac for video editing because it probably has one of the easiest to learn interfaces and workflow. We also have these, what we used to have is the flip video cameras, but flip video is no longer a supported product, but we use the Kodak Playful cameras, and they're just these little pocket-sized cameras that record the flash memory, and you can connect it to your computer through USB, and that makes it very easy for faculty to record in the classroom or record lab demonstrations or those sort of things. And we have about 4 of those cameras that we check out to faculty.
What are those called?
We use the Kodak Playful.
Okay.
Is the brand, but there's many out there. Flip video was kind of one of the first to show up on the market, but they just record in MPEG-4 format, and they can record like the cameras we have. We put 32 gig SD cards inside of them, and they'll record up to 4 hours of,
wow.
I know. And that's in high definition.
Michael, I just put a link to the page where you can order a Camtasia license. It's at the bottom of the that page. Okay, well, awesome. I love collaborating between our schools. I appreciate you sharing Sage, and we should probably find a way to formally collaborate on these kind of things.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear from me. I'll be in contact with you. But Karen, I really appreciate you letting me sit in on the trainings today. It's been really informative for me as we start working on our trying to develop our training resources.
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming, and thank you, Michael. I appreciate you coming, and this has been fun. So you all have a good day, good rest of your day.